Great news. You finally hit your revenue goal, the number you've been chasing for months, maybe years. You did it. But here is what no one tells you about that moment. You're working 60-hour weeks, and that offer that you're selling, delivering it drains every ounce of energy you have. You're making money, sure, but your business model technically works on paper, but completely takes over your life and makes you miserable in practice. So today we're talking about a completely different approach to business model design, one that starts with your actual life and builds out from there. Because ambition doesn't always require hustle, it requires intentional design. Most business model planning starts with questions like, what do you want to sell? How much do you want to make? What is your marketing strategy? But we're going to start somewhere completely different. What does your actual life require, and what kind of business can exist within that reality? That's what lifestyle first business model design is all about. You can absolutely be ambitious and be in a season where your life needs more of your capacity. These two things are not mutually exclusive, but the traditional approach to business planning assumes that you're at 100% capacity 100% of the time. It assumes that you have unlimited energy, no constraints, and a completely flexible schedule. That's not exactly real life. Real life has caregiving responsibilities, chronic illness, mental health considerations, jobs you're not ready to leave yet, kids with special needs, aging parents, neurodivergence that affects how you work, seasonal patterns in your energy or health. But real life also has personal goals like going to the gym regularly, or hobbies like picking up a paintbrush again. Maybe you want dedicated time for rest and creative projects that have nothing to do with your business. Maybe you're working towards something meaningful outside of revenue, like being present for your kids' after school activities or training for a marathon. And when you try to force a business model that doesn't account for your real life, something breaks, usually you. Lifestyle first business model design flips the entire approach. Your lifestyle becomes the container, and your business model is what gets built inside that container. This approach helps you design a business that generates real revenue, creates real impact, and actually works for the life you have right now. Not the life you wish you had, not the life that you'll have someday when things calm down, the life and the time that you have today. This is not about lowering your ambition. I am not going to tell you to do that. It is about designing the smartest, most strategic path to your goals within your actual capacity. Because the most successful business owners that I know aren't the ones working 70-hour weeks. They're the ones who've designed business models that generate significant revenue within reasonable working hours, doing what they love because they were intentional from the beginning. So let's talk about how to actually do this. The first thing that you need to understand about lifestyle first business model design is the difference between in an ideal world capacity and real world capacity. In an ideal world, capacity is the version of yourself that you're planning for. The one who works 40-hour weeks without interruption, the one who has unlimited energy for client calls, content creation, and marketing, the one who never ever gets sick, never burns out, and never needs a mental health day. Real capacity is what you actually have available right now in this season of your life. And here's where most business owners go wrong, right? They look at someone else's business model and they think, I want that. So they reverse engineer it. They copy the offer suite, the pricing, the marketing strategy, the content calendar. They follow the blueprint step by step, but they never ask the important questions like, what was that person's capacity when they built this model? How many hours were they working per week? What kind of support systems did they have? And what season of life were they in? Let me give you an example. You see a course creator making 50K months with a very specific funnel, webinar to course to high ticket offer. You think, perfect, I'll do that too. But what you don't see is that person works 50 hours a week. They have a full-time VA, a marketing team, and a partner who handles everything at home. They don't have caregiving responsibilities, and they can batch record 20 videos in a weekend and not need a week to recover. When you try to implement that same business model, it doesn't work, not because you're not capable, not because you're not smart enough or talented enough, but because you're trying to fit a 50-hour work week business model into a 25-hour per week container. The math doesn't work. And this is where, in an ideal world, capacity becomes really dangerous. You start thinking, I just need to work harder. I just need to be more disciplined. I just need to push through. No, you need a different business model, one that's designed for your life, your real capacity, not somebody else's. Real capacity accounts for the actual hours you have available each week, the energy patterns that affect how you work, the boundaries your life requires you to maintain, the seasons that shift your availability. When you design your business model around real capacity instead of in an ideal world capacity, everything changes. Now, here is where things get interesting, because once you accept that you need to design around real capacity, the immediate fear is, does this mean I have to lower my goals? No, it means that you need to get more strategic about how you plan on reaching them. This is what I call ambition through subtraction, not addition. Most business owners think scaling means doing more offers, more platforms, more content, more launches, more marketing channels, more everything. They look at their revenue goal and think, if I want to 3x my revenue, I need to 3x my effort. But that's the addition model, and the addition model assumes unlimited capacity. The subtraction model works completely differently. It asks, what is the smallest, simplest, most focused version of this business that can generate the revenue I need and want? Let me show you what this looks like in practice. Addition model thinking is, I need more offers so people have more ways to work with me. I need to be on more platforms so I can reach more people. I need to create more content so I can stay top of mind. I need more marketing funnels running simultaneously. Subtraction model thinking, on the other hand, is, what is the one signature offer that I want to be known for? What is the one platform where my ideal clients actually spend time? What is the simplest content system that can consistently bring in leads reliably? What is the one sales system that I can optimize until it works really, really well? The addition model scatters your focus. It drains your energy and requires a massive amount of capacity to maintain. The subtraction model concentrates your focus, preserves your energy, and works within your real capacity. And here's what's really, really wild. The subtraction model often generates more revenue, not despite doing less, but because you're doing less. When you focus on one signature offer, you get really, really good at selling it and delivering it. Your messaging gets sharper. Your positioning gets clearer. Your conversion rates improve. When you focus on one platform, you understand that audience deeply. You know what resonates. You know what converts. You're not spreading yourself really thin trying to show up everywhere. When you focus on one content system, it becomes repeatable, sustainable, something you can maintain even in low energy seasons. When you focus on one sales system, you can optimize every single touch point. You know what to improve. The most ambitious thing you can do isn't adding more to your business model. It's getting ruthlessly clear on what matters and letting go of everything else. So how do you actually design a lifestyle first business model? There are 4 steps and they build on each other in a specific order. Step 1 is lifestyle factors. We have to start here. This is your foundation. Everything else gets built on top of these. In this step, you define 3 critical things: your capacity constraints, the real time and energy you have available, not the hours you wish you had, not the energy you'll have someday when things calm down, what you actually have right now. This includes identifying the limitations or life circumstances that affect your capacity. The second thing is your revenue requirements. We want both the baseline that you need and the goal that would feel really expansive. You need these 2 numbers here: your base monthly revenue, the amount you must generate to keep the lights on, and your ideal monthly revenue, the number that would make your life feel spacious. And then third, we want to know your non-negotiables, the boundaries your business model must honor. Maybe you don't work weekends. Maybe you're not available for calls before 10 a.m. Maybe your business can't require you to be on social media daily. These aren't nice to haves. These are guardrails that keep your business sustainable. These lifestyle factors become your compass, your container, the reality that everything else gets designed around. And yes, there may be situations where you break these non-negotiables, right? I don't think that there's any world where we have any hard and fast rule where we have to stick to this. There's going to be seasons for everything, but the important thing is to know them and acknowledge acknowledge them. So that becomes more of the exception rather than the rule where you're constantly breaking it or working around it and finding yourself really burnt out. Step number 2 is positioning. So once you know your lifestyle factors, you can make clear positioning decisions. This is where you define, what problem do I solve? Who do I solve it for? How do I solve it? And what do people get, the payoffs, once it is solved? Your positioning becomes the focus for your entire business and your business model, and it needs to align with your lifestyle factors. Step 3 is your offer suite. So with clear positioning and a realistic capacity, you can now build an intentional offer suite. You see here that we didn't even talk about offers until step 3. Most people are starting with that right away. We want to make sure we're working in the right order. This is where most people also overcomplicate things. They build a buffet of offers, trying to appeal to everyone, but your offer suite should be a clear pathway. Your signature offer that delivers your main transformation, an upsell for people who want to continue working with you, a downsell for people who aren't quite ready for your signature offer yet, and an entry offer stack that introduces people to your work. Each offer needs to fit within your capacity constraints and support your revenue requirements. Step 4, your revenue and sales plan. Finally, you design a plan that shows exactly how you'll hit your revenue goals. This isn't just like setting a number and hoping. This is mapping it out. How many sales of each offer do you need? What conversion rates are you assuming? How many leads does that require? What's your primary sales system, and what's your primary way of generating those leads? When you have these 4 pieces mapped out, you'll have a complete business model, one that starts with your life, focuses through clear positioning, delivers through an intentional offer suite, and scales through a strategic revenue and sales plan. And here's what makes this different, I think, from traditional business planning. Every single piece is designed to work within your actual capacity. Nothing is built on fantasy assumptions. Nothing requires you to be somebody you're not or have resources that you don't have. It's a business model designed for your actual life. Now, everything I just walked you through, I have turned this into a free template that you can download and use to design your own lifestyle-first business model. It walks you through the 4 steps with the prompts, examples, and space to map out your own model. You'll get the 1-page canvas where you can see the entire business model at a glance, plus a detailed workbook that guides you through each step with specific questions that help you get clear on your capacity, your positioning, your offers, and your revenue plan. This isn't just a template that you download and forget. It's the exact framework that I use with my private clients when we're designing their scaling strategies. The same process that helps them build businesses generating 10, 25, 50K months or more within 15, 20, 25 hours per week. Because lifestyle first doesn't mean low revenue. It means strategic revenue. If you're tired of trying to force your life into someone else's business model, if you are ready to design something that actually works for your life, grab the lifestyle first business model template. I'll pop the link in the description. Designing a lifestyle first business model isn't settling. It's not giving up on your ambition. It's not playing small. It's the smartest, most strategic thing that you can do, because a business model that doesn't work for your actual life isn't a business model. It is a ticking time bomb. And the businesses that scale sustainably, they're not built by people hustling harder than everyone else. They're built by people who've designed something that fits their life from the very beginning. So give yourself permission to start with your reality, to build around your capacity, and to honor your boundaries, to design for this season. You can absolutely be ambitious and in a constrained season at the same time. You just need a business model that proves it. Grab the Lifestyle First business model template in the link in the description, and let's build something that actually works.